Good evening. Coming up tonight, the Department of Homeland Security is opening a mass vaccination site for COVID-19 right here in Columbia. When you can expect to make an appointment.
The CIU baseball team took on Milligan University at home this past weekend. Why this close matchup has them hoping for more.
And finally, a South Carolina Spirit team just won big nationally. How COVID-19 restrictions didn't stop them from success.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Justin Walsh.
And I'm Kendall Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Congaree National Park in Columbia is one of the only places in North America where visitors can see synchronous fireflies. And this year, you could have the opportunity to witness the fireflies firsthand. The park is holding a lottery that will open from April 15th to April 19th, where 25 lucky vehicle owners will be selected to view the synchronous fireflies per night between May 20th and 22nd and May 27th and 29th. To enter the lottery, everyone must pay $1. Winners will be chosen on April 23rd and will pay $19 for their ticket to the park. You can visit recreation.gov to find out more on how to enter the lottery.
After being announced earlier this month, the South Carolina mass vaccination site will be opening beginning this Wednesday. As we know, the Biden administration had been working with South Carolina government to open a mass vaccination site here in the capital city. And after weeks of waiting, the Columbia Place Mall will now be available to all citizens who qualify for the vaccine. Starting this Wednesday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., residents can make their appointments. Officials have claimed that appointments are available in either a walk-in or drive-through option to accommodate for all preferences. If you are eligible for the vaccine and wish to stop by Columbia Place Mall starting this week, you can sign up for an appointment at vams.cdc.gov/vaccine portal.
Beginning on April 22nd, in-person graduation ceremonies will resume at Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina, the main production center for basic combat training for the United States Army. The ceremonies will allow up to 500 in-person attendees, and Fort Jackson will also continue to live stream graduations via their Facebook page. The ceremonies will be by invitation only, and in order to attend graduation, all guests must be fully vaccinated, as vaccination cards will be checked. Children under 16 years old are not required to have the shot to attend. Brigadier General Milford H. Beagle Jr., the Fort Jackson commander, urged the importance of staying safe when welcoming back guests, stating, quote, "It is imperative that we get this right." Ceremonies will take place rain or shine. Family members must register before attending, and all graduation updates can be located on official Fort Jackson social media pages.
Governor Henry McMaster has now set a new regulation in place regarding the placement of undocumented migrant children into the foster care system. After visiting the southern border in El Paso, Texas this past week, McMaster issued the executive order instructing the state's Department of Child Services to prevent undocumented, unaccompanied migrant children into foster care or group homes. The governor claims that this order comes following the need to prioritize the needs of local children without current homes. With an increased rate of children entering the foster care system, McMaster expressed worry regarding the capacity for proper placement of children in the state. This order simply follows McMaster's desire to prioritize the needs of homeless children in South Carolina. And Kendall, I just think this is obviously children without a home. It's a very sad thing in this world today, but it's nice that our governor is prioritizing those in state just to make sure that they end up in a proper place with good care for them.
Yeah, certainly a lot going on, not only in Columbia, but around the nation,
Absolutely.
Not only this week, but this past year, and I'm sure in the future to come. But coming up, more on the CIU men's baseball season and a big win from a Carolina team that you might not be expecting, so stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Another South Carolina team just won their first ever national championship. Let's check in with sports anchor Braden Malloy with the details. Braden?
Oh, sorry. I was just doing my victory dance. Just like the Carolina girls were doing as they took home their first ever national championship this past weekend. The UofSC dance team, now in their 14th season, had finished in the top 5 4 times, most recently second in 2019, but could never choreograph their way to the top until Friday. Led by head coach Lindsey Sprague, the team spun their way through the Daytona competition and took to social media to show off their Division 1A championship banner and trophy. Now that's a big trophy. Now, competing is not all these ladies do. They also perform at home USC basketball games. Unfortunately, due to COVID, they weren't able to attend the games live this season, but are looking forward to popping, dropping, and locking it on the hardwood and dance floor next winter. The CIU Rams took to the diamond recently to face off against the Milligan University Buffaloes with their hopes held high. But things took a turn for the worse and the Rams began to fall short. SGTV News 4 sports reporter Will Kronsberg has more on the game.
Milligan University came away with the win in a hard-fought opening game of their series at CIU. Both teams got off to a hot start, driving in 3 runs in the first 2 innings and bringing solid defense to the field, including great plays by third baseman Casey Hare and Rafael Gonzalez. The Buffaloes got the job done with starter Kobe Allison on the mound. In his 4 innings of work, Allison sat down 3 Rams, working in and around the strike zone. On the other side, CIU was led at the plate by catcher Joshua Hernandez, who doubled home 2 Rams in the 2nd inning, but in the end, it wasn't enough. The Buffaloes scored 2 runs in the 6th inning on an Augustus Fraley single into left field to break the tie and held on to clinch the series opener by a score of 5-3. The Rams will look to bounce back as they take on Milligan again in a doubleheader tomorrow. For SGTV News 4 Sports, I'm Will Kronsberg.
Thanks, Will. Just like the Carolina girls, another South Carolina team also has their eyes on future success, as the USC women's soccer team looks to make their 8th straight trip to the NCAA tournament. But first, they had to take on upstate rival Clemson Saturday, and for the 11th ranked Gamecocks, Selection Monday couldn't get here soon enough. It was a wet and muddy night at Stone Stadium that saw the Gamecocks take an early 1-0 lead, but surrendered 2 goals late in the second half, both to Clemson star freshman Megan Bornkamp. Bornkamp now leads the team with 8 goals this season and has helped the 8th-ranked Tigers to a 12-4 record as they took Saturday's match 2-1. South Carolina will play their final match of the regular season this Saturday against the number 2 North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. You can catch this game at 1 p.m. on the ACC Network and the Selection Show next Monday. That's all for Carolina and Columbia sports. Back to you.
You know what they say, Justin, Carolina girls, they're the best in the world. I'm so proud of our Carolina girls dance team. That's just a phenomenal accomplishment.
Honestly, nothing better. Just women's sports in general on the campus lately have just been unmatched, and we got to be so proud of that as students.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the Carolina girls. So exciting.
For sure. And thank you, Braden. And coming up, we'll talk our top song drop of the week and why Will Smith's latest project has stopped production. Stay with us. Welcome back, Carolina. We will bring you the news on the production halt of Will Smith's latest movie. But first, let's throw it over to entertainment anchors Callista Yost and Brianna Lachey for our top song drop of the week.
Thanks, Justin. Happy New Music Monday, y'all. I'm Brianna Lachey.
And I'm Callista Yost, here with tonight's news and entertainment. Let's jump right into our top song drop of the week. I have 2 words. Taylor's version. I am living because Taylor Swift finally dropped the re-recordings of her 2nd album, Fearless. Plus, she added some amazing new tracks from her songwriting vault. One newly released song, Mr. Perfectly Fine, has made its way to TikTok as well. And now there's more than 15,000 videos with the track in the background. And I know how you feel, but I love it.
I'm sorry.
Taylor.
I think I speak for a lot of us here at SGTV. Taylor Swift is just not it for me.
No.
Callista, I'm sorry. She's just not.
I will not tolerate the slander.
I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Well, on a more serious note, footage from Virginia of a Windsor town police officer, Joe Gutierrez, who pepper sprayed and held a Black Army lieutenant in his truck at gunpoint in December is sending the internet into utter disbelief. Viral footage shows the incident after Gutierrez did not see a license plate due to the truck being new, leading to the officer repeatedly asking the lieutenant to exit the vehicle, causing debates on social media over whether or not his rights were violated. It is noted that the license plate number was sticked in the window. However, The lieutenant lost his job over this altercation, and now a lawsuit against the police officer is making its way through courts.
And I hate seeing another instance of this.
I just hate it.
You would have thought that people would have been more cautious and more alert.
It's just over and over and over, and I'm so tired of it. Like, this is ridiculous and sad.
And seeing this in my home state of Virginia really broke my heart as well.
Wow, I didn't know you were from Virginia.
Yes, yes. Well, mark your calendars, Carolina, and get ready to meet some furry friends on campus tomorrow. That's right, there's going to be a petting zoo out on Davis Field tomorrow from 1 to 4 p.m. This is so exciting. I love animals.
I know. I wish I could pet them. Every time I walk past, I'm so sad because I just hate that I'm allergic to dogs. Like, why?
Well, hopefully this time you'll be able to, because I think they usually have like cows and alpacas and stuff. So we're getting exotic. We're getting exotic. At least that's what it's been in my experience, but I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be tomorrow.
Well, now I'm scared, Callista.
Well, you'll just have to check it out and find out.
Okay. Well, Will Smith and director Antoine Fuqua have stopped the production of their runaway slave drama, Emancipation, from Georgia due to Georgia laws. This film is the biggest Hollywood production to derive from Georgia, and I think it's pretty sad that this had to happen to them.
Yes, well, I think the nice thing about it is that they are able to use their film as kind of a boycott almost.
Right.
I mean, I like that being able to use that as a political expression, because I mean, having a major film in Georgia, that's a huge economic thing for them as well.
So I'm really surprised that it was actually an issue.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's more of a statement versus like a, well, at least that's just my opinion, more of a statement, but I'm glad that that's something they're able to make.
Right. Well, that's all we have for your entertainment news tonight. Back to you, Kendall.
Justin, I have to ask really quickly, what are your thoughts on the Taylor Swift controversy? Because we just heard a little debate over there.
All right, I'll tell you this. Am I an avid Taylor Swift listener? No, not per se. But when Love Story or You Belong With Me come on, will I jam to it in the car with the windows down? Absolutely. I'm sorry, you can't argue with me.
I
on
totally
that.
understand what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down, but thank you so much, Callista and Brianna. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Frank Martinez will let you know what to expect for this week's forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, beautiful people of Carolina. It is Frank Martinez, your local weatherman, and we're gonna get right into our weather headlines for the week. So, our week is gonna be looking warm and dry, except for Wednesday, okay? Thursday, we're gonna have a large temperature drop. It's gonna be about 9 degrees. And as I said, Wednesday, we are gonna have that slight chance of rain after 2 p.m. though. And for the weekend, it's gonna be warm, and the clouds will roll in towards Saturday. Okay, going over to our highs today in Carolina. We were all over the 80s, except for Lone Myrtle Beach, where we had the 77 over there. Here in Columbia, we had the 84, so it felt very, very warm today. Although the wind is actually going to be picking up tonight, so that temperature is going to go down and it's going to feel a little bit colder than 54. As for Tuesday, we're going to have the high of 83. It's going to be sunny with a low of 57. Wednesday, that rain's going to start rolling in, and it's going to be supposed to happen after 2 p.m. with a 20% chance of precipitation. High of 84, low of 56. Look at this, y'all. Thursday, boom. Big old drop, big old drop. It's going to be a 9-degree drop from 84 to 75. It's going to be clear and sunny, so the rain and the clouds will actually get out of the way. 48 for our low on Thursday. And Friday, it's going to be around the same trend, going down to 74 for the high, 50 for the low. Mostly sunny, no clouds. Saturday is when those clouds are going to roll in for us, but the temperature is going to stay at 74 with a low of 52. Now that is it for me. It has been Frank Martinez, your local weatherman, and as always, make sure you trust your weatherman, all right? But please stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to have another edition of Carolina K9.
And finally tonight, have you ever seen this little pup on the horseshoe? Well, get familiar, Carolina, because she might just be the cutest and smallest dog that our campus has ever seen. This English cream miniature dachshund by the name of Kona looks like she could almost fit into the palm of your hand. Her mom loves to take her on walks both around the horseshoe and on Green Street. If you aren't lucky enough to see her there, you can check her out on Instagram at Kona.Carolina. So cute. Oh my gosh, she's so tiny.
I saw a picture of her for the first time last night and my heart just melted. This dog, I only saw a picture, so kind of hard to tell from size.
Right.
But her toy was bigger than her.
Oh
It was
my
like
gosh.
holding her in the palm of my two hands.
So cute. And you
can't
know
handle
how
it.
I feel about dogs with Instagram. So not only is Kona absolutely adorable, but she gets extra brownie points for having an Instagram
But we gotta make
as
sure
well.
Harry has more followers.
Of course, we love Harry. Shout out to Harry. But that's all we have for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at UofSC. And to keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Justin Walsh.
And I'm Kendall Smith. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to be.